Hi, today we're going to cover our Don't Blow Your Tops presentation, which will cover the basic TOPS requirements and also the retention requirements for retaining TOPS. First of all, when discussing TOPS, it's important to note that funding is always contingent upon appropriations. This information is determined during regular session when the Louisiana legislature meets each year. Session typically adjourns in June, and so it is always after that point when LOSFA will find out the TOPS funding situation for the upcoming academic year. In order to be eligible for TOPS, students have to meet several requirements. One of those requirements is the citizenship requirement. For TOPS purposes, students have to be U.S. citizens or they have to be permanent residents that are eligible to apply for citizenship. Beginning with 2019 high school graduates, children of non-citizens that are serving in the armed forces or that have been honorably discharged from the armed forces will meet the TOPS citizenship requirement. In addition to meeting the citizenship requirement, students must also meet the residency requirement. Any student that completes their full junior and senior year at a Louisiana public or private high school, and the student that is also a resident of Louisiana, that student will meet the TOPS residency requirement. Alternatively, if the student has a parent or custodian that is a resident of Louisiana and has been a resident for 24 months prior to the student's date of high school graduation, that student will also meet the residency requirement for TOPS purposes. In addition to meeting those requirements, the student must also complete the TOPS core curriculum. All courses of the TOPS core curriculum must be completed by the date of high school graduation. Additionally, if the student is taking distance learning courses or college courses, correspondence courses, etc., as long as their high school gives them credit for these courses on their high school transcript, the students can use those courses to fulfill the TOPS core curriculum. Beginning with the graduating class of 2017-18, the TOPS core curriculum requirements and the method of calculating the grade point average required for program awards will change. Also, starting with graduates of 2021 and thereafter, there has been a change to the TOPS core curriculum GPA for both the performance and the honors award. Beginning with the graduating class of 2021, the TOPS core GPA for the performance award will increase from a 3.0 to a 3.25. For the honors award, the GPA requirement will increase from a 3.0 to a 3.5. In addition to completing the TOPS core curriculum, students must also have a qualifying ACT score. When considering ACT scores for TOPS purposes, we are only looking at the highest composite score. We will not consider the essay portion of the ACT. Students are encouraged to make sure their correct date of birth is listed on the ACT registration and also to make sure they use our TOPS code of 1595 when registering for the ACT. There are deadlines that students must adhere to when taking the ACT for TOPS purposes. If students wish to earn the full 8 semesters of TOPS, they must achieve a qualifying ACT score on or before the ACT national testing date in April of the academic year in which they graduate from high school. Otherwise, if the student has not previously achieved a qualifying score, they can achieve a qualifying score either on the May or June national ACT testing dates. What will happen in this case is that the student will be awarded TOPS, but they will be penalized either 1 semester or 2 quarters. A June ACT test score cannot be used to upgrade from an opportunity award to performance and honors. Only students that have not yet earned a 20 on the ACT are able to take the ACT in May or June in an attempt to earn either an opportunity, performance, or honors award. Unfortunately, if the student has not achieved a qualifying ACT score by July 1st of their graduating year, we are unable to determine their eligibility for a TOPS scholarship. We look for an equivalent SAT score that may be substituted for the ACT score. Again, as with the ACT, we do not consider the essay portion of the SAT for TOPS purposes. When registering for the SAT, it is important that students remember to use our SAT code, which is 9019, to ensure their test scores reach our office. There are also deadlines for taking the SAT as there are for taking the SAT. The SAT deadline for TOPS are going to be the same as they are for ACT. If a student wishes to earn the full 8 semesters of TOPS and they use an SAT score, they must have a qualifying SAT score with the March national testing date. If they get a qualifying SAT score either with the May or June ACT testing, those students will be penalized either 1 semester or 2 quarters from their TOPS award. There are several different levels of TOPS that students are able to qualify for. The Opportunity Award is the basic level of TOPS. Students must complete the TOPS core curriculum GPA with a 2.5 TOPS core GPA. The ACT score is equal to the prior year's state average, but it will never be less than a 20. Currently, the ACT requirement for the Opportunity Award is a 20. Students must also complete the TOPS core curriculum and also meet the other general eligibility requirements. The Opportunity Award will provide a TOPS tuition amount or a portion of a TOPS award amount based on funds that have been appropriated in a Louisiana public institution. For students that choose to attend Louisiana private schools, those students will receive a weighted average of the TOPS amounts paid to the public institutions. It is important to note that TOPS does not cover any fees, room and board, or other charges, which may also include parking and lab fees, etc. However, students can use TOPS awards in addition to other forms of financial aid as long as they don't exceed whatever the cost of attendance is for the institution that they will be attending. Students are not able to use TOPS out of state. The only time that TOPS crosses state lines is for students that are deaf or hard of hearing, and when those students attend institutions that predominantly serve deaf or hard of hearing students. This is the only instance where TOPS will pay out of state. For all other circumstances and all other students, TOPS cannot be used out of state under any circumstance. Students with the Opportunity Award can either use it to pursue an academic degree or they can use it to pursue a vocational or technical certificate. For those students with the Opportunity Performance or Honors Award, if they choose to enroll in the technical program, those students will be held to the same retention requirements as students that have received the TOPS Tech Award. If a student successfully completes their bachelor degree in less than 4 years, those students are able to use any remaining semesters of eligibility to enroll in a graduate or professional program at a Louisiana institution. Now, the Performance Award is the middle tier of TOPS. With this award, students must complete the TOPS core curriculum with a 3.0 TOPS core GPA. They must also earn at least a 23 on the ACT. Students with the Performance Award will receive the same benefits as students with the TOPS Opportunity Award, but they'll also receive an additional $400 stipend each year. And then finally, the Honors Award is the highest level of TOPS that is available. Students must also complete the TOPS core curriculum with a 3.0 TOPS core GPA, and they must also have a minimum ACT score of 27. The Honors Award will give the same benefits as the Opportunity Award, and students will also receive an additional $800 stipend each year. And then finally, we also have the TOPS Tech Award. This is our 2-year award that students can qualify for by either completing the TOPS Opportunity Performance or Honors curriculum or by completing the TOPS Jumpstart curriculum. Regardless of which curriculum they choose to complete, the students must have a 2.5 minimum TOPS GPA. They must have at least a 17 on the ACT or a WorkKey Silver level score. In order to apply for TOPS, there are 2 methods that students can use. They can either complete the FAFSA, which is the free application for federal student aid, or they complete the TOPS online application. If they complete one, they do not need to complete the other. Only one of the 2 is required. There is an application deadline when applying for TOPS. Students must apply by July 1st following the 1 year anniversary of their high school graduation. For example, if a student graduates from high school in 2018, then they must complete their FAFSA by July 1st, 2019 to receive the maximum amount of TOPS funding. If the initial application is received after July 1st, following the 1 year anniversary of their high school graduation, their TOPS award will be reduced according to TOPS rules. More information regarding specific TOPS deadlines can be found on the Don't Blow Your TOPS flyer. This flyer is available on our website at www.osfa.la.gov under the TOPS link. Now, just for a few moments, we'll talk about the TOPS processing cycle that occurs each summer. Whenever the students apply for the FAFSA, federal processors will electronically forward that information to our office. If the students choose to submit the TOPS online application, that information is entered directly into our LOSFA website. Once we have applications for students, we also will make sure that we download ACT scores and SAT scores for students that have used our scholarship codes. At that point, we are waiting on high school transcript information, which will be forwarded to us typically around June 15th. Schools are required to submit all transcript data to the Louisiana Department of Education via the Student Transcript System, or STS as we call it. Once we begin receiving data from STS, we can begin processing students for TOPS eligibility, which typically will occur mid-June. It is important to note that processing cannot begin until we can match the students' data on the FAFSA, the ACT, and the STS data. It is important that students make sure that their names, dates of birth, and addresses are all consistent across all of their registration information. This includes college applications, their FAFSA, ACT registration, and SAT registration. Making sure that dates of birth and names and other demographic information match is important, as it prevents any delays in processing for TOPS over the summer. Once we begin processing for eligibility, we run the TOPS eligibility program every Monday and Thursday night of the week. On Fridays, students that have been determined eligible will receive email notifications letting them know which level of TOPS they are eligible for. We will email these notifications to whatever email address the student has provided on the FAFSA or that is listed in their Student Hub account. Included with the award letter will be a rights and responsibility letter, which we strongly advise all students to read. The rights and responsibilities will tell students not only how to use their TOPS, but it will also tell them how to keep their TOPS as they continue on their career in college. The master roster of TOPS eligible students is made available on Mondays and Fridays of each week. This is how colleges know which of their students have been awarded TOPS. After the 15th class day has passed, the school is able to begin submitting bills to us for their students that are enrolled full-time and that also have TOPS. In response to these billings, we will begin to send the funds to the school after we've received the bill. Just a few tips to make sure TOPS processing goes smoothly. In addition to making sure your demographic information is the same across all of your forms and information, students also need to make sure they're taking the correct units of the TOPS core curriculum, and they also need to be aware that the TOPS core curriculum is not the same as the overall high school GPA. For TOPS purposes, we only look at the courses that comprise the TOPS core curriculum. So that means we are not looking at all the courses that the student has taken. For this reason, the TOPS core curriculum will always be different from the overall high school GPA. Students should also be aware that TOPS does not round up. A 2.49 cannot be rounded up to a 2.5. Also, students should make sure that their FAFSA is complete by making sure it's been signed by both the student and the parent. Finally, once a student has been awarded TOPS, they must enter an eligible institution as a full-time student by the fall semester following the first anniversary of high school graduation. This means that 2018 graduates have until fall 2019 to enroll full-time to take advantage of their award. In order to keep TOPS, students are advised to renew their FAFSA annually by July 1st of each year. They must also be continuously enrolled full-time during the academic year. The student must be full-time as of the 15th class day. In addition to maintaining continuous full-time enrollment, students must also earn 24 credit hours each academic year. The academic year begins with the fall, runs through spring, and ends with summer. What this means is that any dual enrollment courses taken while in high school will not count towards the academic year once the student has started college. Students can also use summer in order to earn hours and meet the 24-hour requirement. When we say earned hours, that refers to hours that are successfully completed with a passing grade. In addition to meeting the hours requirement and being continuously full-time enrolled, students must also meet the GPA requirement. What this means is that at the end of the academic year, which is the end of the summer, students with the Opportunity Award must have a cumulative TOPS GPA of 2.3 if they have earned less than 48 credit hours. For students with the Opportunity Award that have earned over 48 credit hours, those students must have a 2.5 TOPS GPA by the end of the summer. If the students fail to meet these GPA requirements, they will be placed on suspension, which means that the award will not pay out for the following semester. For students with the Performance and the Honors Awards, these students must have a 3.0 TOPS cumulative GPA by the end of the academic year, which is the end of the summer. If the students do not have a 3.0 cumulative TOPS GPA, they will then revert to the Opportunity Award and be held to those GPA requirements. It is worth noting that once a student has reverted to the Opportunity Award, they are not able to regain the Performance or Honors level. In addition to meeting the GPA requirements at the end of the academic year, which is the end of summer, students must also meet steady academic progress at the end of fall. Steady academic progress is defined as a 2.0 cumulative GPA, and if the student has not met the steady academic progress benchmark, they will be placed on suspension. If the student has not met the 2.0 steady academic requirement, or if they fail to meet the GPA for the end of summer, those students will be placed on suspension. And again, when TOPS is suspended, it will not pay. Students that are suspended do have the opportunity to raise their GPA so that they can have their TOPS award reinstated. However, if their period of ineligibility persists for longer than 2 years, the award will then be canceled permanently. For students that have the TOPS Tech Award, their period of suspension cannot last more than 1 year, or else the award will be permanently canceled. And if you have any questions that were not answered in this presentation, please feel free to contact us at the contact information listed on the screen. You can contact us via email at our customer service email address, or you can reach us by phone. We're here from 8 until 4:30, Monday through Friday, and we always have representatives available that are happy to assist you with any issues that you may have. Again, thank you for being with us today. And again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us either via email or phone. Thank you.